Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. My name is Tony and I want to be the first to say thank you for your interest in working a PS baseball event. Our company's reputation is built in large part due to our incredible staff, and that's you. The purpose of this video is to give you a little taste of what you can expect from us during tournament week, as well as our expectations for you. During a tournament, the vast majority of travel coaches, scouts, parents, and umpires won't ever communicate with the event directors. However, they will interact with you on a daily basis. You really are the front lines of the Prospect Select brand throughout the week. With that being said, we want to go over a few things that will ensure we put our best foot forward with everyone who walks through the gate. Our goal is to make everyone that participates in our events walk away saying, "I can't wait to come back next year." Whether you're working as a scout, site director, or booth worker, there are a few things that all of you should remember. The most important thing for all staff to remember is the value of a first impression when working with people. It's a good reminder that you never get a second chance to make a first impression. A simple way to get off to a good start is to greet everyone with a smile and make them feel welcome. Be prepared for people to ask you all sorts of questions relating to schedules, locations, or teams during the event. Answer to the best of your ability, but if you don't know an answer, all you need to do is refer them to someone else who can help. Typically, that would be a scout or a site director. Unfortunately, you will have to deal with some people who are less than friendly throughout the week. Your goal in those situations is to diffuse any conflict by being kind and knowing when it's time to disengage or to seek assistance from your site director. The last thing we want is for you to feel like you need to be a doormat to someone being rude, but don't stoop down to the same level of behavior. Know that we have your back as a company. If you believe a fan's behavior has risen beyond simple rudeness or disrespect to a level of offensive or vulgar, let your site director know immediately. We want our staff to feel safe and comfortable working with PS, and we will gladly deal with any people that make you feel unsafe or uncomfortable. The following items are simple housekeeping things that we want all of you to be aware of before the event. Please take the time to listen carefully and remember these expectations. If you have any questions, make sure to bring them up at the staff meeting before the tournament. Arrival time. On the first day that you work, arrive 1 hour and 45 minutes before the first game slot you are working. For example, if you are working the 8 a.m. game, arrive at 6:15 a.m. If you aren't working until the 1 p.m. game, you would arrive at 11:15 a.m., and so on. For all other days you work, arrive 1 hour and 30 minutes before the first game slot you are working. This ensures you have the proper time to get your area set up before games begin. Dress code. Each of you will be given 2 PS shirts at the staff meeting. These shirts must be worn when working the event. Please wear khaki shorts or something similar. No basketball or gym type shorts. Please also wear closed-toed shoes only. No flip-flops or sandals. In regards to food and eating, please bring a cooler for lunch or make arrangements, as no food will be provided for staff during the tournament. Site directors may be able to make a food run for staff, but that can't be guaranteed, and you shouldn't expect it to happen. For all booth workers, do not eat during a gate rush, and for scouts, do not eat during a game. It's a really bad first impression when fans are greeted by staff members with a full mouth of food. Phone usage. Our rule is no personal phone usage during the event. Again, it's a bad first impression for fans, players, or coaches when they're greeted by staff members who have their face buried in a phone. Of course, in the event of any emergency, call 911 immediately. And finally, communication. You will be given a primary contact person based on your role throughout the tournament. In the event you need any assistance, this will be the person you contact first. It is their job to determine whether the problem needs to be reported to the event manager or ultimately the tournament directors. Do not text or call tournament directors during the event, even if you have their numbers saved in your phone. They will likely not be able to answer at all, and if they do, probably won't be able to help much due to the large number of responsibilities they manage during the event.
How's it going, guys? This is Brendan with Prospect Select, and I'm going to walk you through our gate and merchandise staff presentation. This slide is a brief description of what you can expect working as a gate attendant for Prospect Select. You will need to first set up a tent and table at the front gate of whichever site you're responsible for. You're essentially the check-in station for that site, so be sure to set up in an easily visible location from wherever cars are parking for the event. You're the first people many of our attendants will come in contact with, so always remember to maintain a positive attitude and be willing to help in any way possible. You'll have rushes of people during certain hours and some slower hours while games are being played. Always keep the check-in table clean and organized in a manner that is welcoming to our event attendants. This will also help you with tracking money and wristbands throughout the weekend. Here is what we expect from each of our merch booth workers. Customer service, again, is number one. Just always be welcoming to our guests and be polite as possible. Once you have your table and tent set up in the venue, always present the merchandise in an organized manner, but be creative and try to catch people's attention as well. Be sure to remember the pricing of each item, as that will be the most common question you are asked. Make sure you always have a cooler full of ice and waters as well. Keep some ice bags prepared for players, as they will usually request some throughout the day too. Remember to never physically assist anyone with wrapping ice bags or tending to an injury. In the event of a severe injury, contact your site director as soon as possible and they will handle the situation. These two apps will be essential for you throughout the weekend. Tourney Machine will be used for scheduling, so when a parent or umpire asks you where a certain team is playing, you will be able to check on the Tourney Machine app. GroupMe will be used for staff updates and day-to-day communication between employees, so be sure to have both of them downloaded prior to the staff meeting. The check-in gate will be given a set number of wristbands that are color-coordinated to be used on specific days of the event. Then, at the end of each day, you will be handing in that specific day's money and colored wristbands to your site director. Merch booth workers will be provided with an inventory sheet that clearly states how many of each item you started with in total on day one, and then each day you will hand in your money from that specific day and a daily inventory sheet showing which items you sold to collect that money. Again, this is where organization is key. Please remember you will be responsible for the money you receive, so do your best to track inventory and hand in money in an organized manner. Here is what you guys can expect for the night of the staff meeting. It should be very short and sweet, but please don't hesitate to ask any questions at all. Thank you guys for not only taking the time to go over this presentation, but also for devoting your time to work with Prospect Select. We're excited to have you, and we look forward to seeing you the night of the staff meeting. Thanks.